You've been told oranges are one of the healthiest foods on Earth. And honestly, the science mostly agrees. Studies consistently show that people who eat citrus have better nutrient profiles, lower cholesterol, and stronger antioxidant markers. That part is real. But the way we consume oranges today, the form, the frequency, the assumptions we make, is quietly something else entirely. And once you see it, you won't look at your morning glass of juice the same way. If you could taste a wild orange from a few thousand years ago, you'd be surprised. It would be small, fibrous, barely sweet. You wouldn't want two of them, let alone a glass of 10 squeezed together. Over centuries of selective breeding, we push the orange towards sweetness, softness, and yield. That's not inherently a problem, but it means the fruit your body encounters today is a concentrated version of what it evolved alongside, and the difference matters most not with the orange itself, but with what we've done to it since. The most significant shift isn't the fruit, it's the glass. The moment you juice an orange, you remove the one thing that regulates how your body handles it: fiber. Without it, the sugar hits your bloodstream quickly, closer to a soft drink than a piece of fruit. You get a brief energy spike, then a drop, then a craving for more. Over time, that cycle can quietly rewire what your body expects. What's striking is that research on orange juice consumption is genuinely mixed. Some studies show improved nutrient intake and lower BMI in regular juice drinkers. Others point to concerns about fructose load when fiber is absent. The honest answer is that context matters enormously. How much you drink, what else you're eating, and whether juice is replacing whole fruit or water. There's another effect that's easier to feel than to measure. Oranges are highly acidic, and that acidity has a way of making itself known. If you've ever noticed tooth sensitivity after citrus, that's enamel erosion over time. It's subtle, cumulative, and hard to reverse. The same acid that gives orange juice its brightness can, with regular exposure, create the conditions for real dental damage. For some people, it travels further. Gastroesophageal reflux, that familiar burning sensation after a meal, is often triggered by citrus, which relaxes the valve between the stomach and esophagus. A healthy snack can quietly be the culprit. We've been taught that more vitamin C means better immunity. And up to a point, that's true. But the body has a threshold. Beyond it, excess vitamin C doesn't stack up as protection. It exits as waste, and in some people, chronic high doses contribute to kidney stone formation, particularly calcium oxalate stones. It's one of the clearest examples of a nutrient where beneficial and harmful exist on the same dose-response curve. The orange isn't the problem here, but the supplement scale assumption that natural means unlimited is. There's something else worth knowing, and it's less about the orange's chemistry and more about how it was grown. Citrus production is chemically intensive. Life cycle assessments of orange farming consistently identify pesticide use as a significant contributor to ecotoxicity, and residues can remain on the peel. When you cut an unwashed orange, the knife carries surface compounds directly into the flesh. It's a small exposure, repeated daily. The research on organic citrus shows meaningfully lower environmental burden and, implicitly, lower residue levels. This isn't cause for panic, but it is cause for washing. One more thing most people don't know: citrus can interfere with how the body processes certain medications. Grapefruit is the well-known example, but Seville oranges, found in marmalades and some juices, carry similar compounds. These can either amplify or diminish the effect of drugs processed by the same liver enzyme. If you take medication in the morning alongside juice, it's worth a quick conversation with a pharmacist. Not dramatic, just worth knowing. Here's what the research actually shows taken as a whole. Oranges, in their whole form, remain among the better foods available to us. They provide hydration, fiber, vitamin C, flavonoids, and compounds linked to cardiovascular and anti-inflammatory benefits. The epidemiology on citrus consumption is largely positive. The environmental side is more complicated. Conventional orange farming carries real costs in nitrogen fertilizer runoff, water use in arid regions, and transport emissions from global supply chains. Organic production consistently shows lower impact. This isn't the script you expected about oranges, but it's part of the honest picture. So, where does this leave you? Not avoiding oranges, but consuming them with awareness. Choose whole fruit over juice whenever you can. The fiber changes everything about how your body processes it. Wash the peel before you cut it. Pay attention to how your body responds, especially if you take medication or deal with acid sensitivity. And if you care about the supply chain, organic and fair trade certified citrus can make a real difference, both for the environment and for the workers growing it. The orange isn't the problem. The problem is the assumptions we've built around it, that natural always means harmless, that more is always better, that the form doesn't matter. Once you drop those assumptions, you don't eat less fruit, you just eat it differently. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more deep dives into the foods you think you know. Stay happy and healthy.